Hello everyone, I hope you all are fine and you are going through my videos from YouTube link. Dear students, whenever you are going through any video, please leave a comment there with your name so that I can come to know that you have gone through this video and I can mark your attendance. Okay, so students, in my last lecture I taught you about mean value or average value of AC. Okay, and that mean and average value of AC we were representing by the terms IM or I average AV. Okay, so students, now our next topic in chapter 2 alternating current is root mean square value or virtual value of AC. So as you can see on the top of the board, the topic name is written that root mean square value of AC, or we also call it virtual value of AC. Students, the question always comes in this form that show that virtual value of AC during half cycle is 0.707 times the peak value. Peak value, already I told you, peak value means the value of current which is at the highest point. Okay, which is at the peak of your crest. So what is the definition of this root mean square value or virtual value? So please pay attention. If you understood the definition of mean value or average value, then it is also nearly same, only one term will be different, that is heat. If I will revise, the mean value of AC you have studied that it is that steady current which when passed through the circuit for half of the time period of AC, it produces same amount of heat as it produces, or it sends same amount of charge as done by AC in the same circuit in the same time. And if you will compare that definition with this definition, then in that definition means in mean value the term was sends the same charge. But here in average value it produces same amount of heat. Means here the concept of heat we will apply, and in previous topic we have applied the concept of charge. Okay, so here we will apply the formula or concept of heat. So let us proceed towards the expression. Students, the instantaneous power, instantaneous value of AC, this you need to keep in your mind, that is I is equal to I naught sin omega t. Why sin omega t? This already I told you in +1 also. Here again I am telling you because the graph for sin omega t and graph for alternating current is same. That's why we can write it in the form of sine function. Clear? Now as I told you that we will use here concept of heat. So let dH is the small amount of heat produced in small interval of time dt. Then you know the relation between current and heat, H is equal to I square RT. So dH will be equal to I square R dt, because dt is the small time interval we have taken. Okay, so put the value of I from above equation. So it will be I naught sin omega t whole square R dt. Now I am just opening this whole square. It will be I naught sin square omega t R dt. Now our objective is to calculate heat, means H. So integrating both sides, integration of dH is equal to I naught square R. This I naught square and R I have taken outside as these both are the constant quantities. I naught square R integration of sin square omega t dt. Students, in integration you will study that whenever there is integration of square function, we will change that square function into another trigonometric functions. Okay, so you can see here that we have converted sine square theta into 1 minus cos 2 theta upon 2. This formula you need to keep in your mind. Once again, sine square theta is equal to 1 minus sine 1 minus cos 2 theta upon 2, and here in place of theta we are having omega t. So sine square omega t is equal to 1 minus cos 2 omega t upon 2. Okay, now this 2 I have taken in front. You can see here this 2 I have taken in front. So it is I naught square r upon 2, and this whole term I have divided into 2 parts. How? So first part is your 1 multiplied by dt minus second part is cos 2 omega t dt. So you can see that this integration we have divided into 2 parts. This is first function and this is your second function. Okay, now I naught square r upon 2 integration of 1 dt means power of t is 0. So in integration we are increasing power, so from 0 it will become equal to 1. Okay, so it is integration of 1 dt is t, limits are 0 to t by 2, minus integration of this whole function is equal to 0. Now why integration of this whole function is 0? If in physics you will write it directly, then also it is okay, but it is also important to write its proof that why integration of this function is 0. So from this line let us come to this point first, that why in place of this integration I have written 0. So let us come and understand. 0 to t by 2 cos 2 omega t dt. Students, you know integration of cos 2 omega t is sine 2 omega t upon 2 omega. Means simply it is sine theta, but if with theta any function is there, like here with the t there is 2 omega, so that will be in division. So sine 2 omega t upon 2 omega t by 2. 0 to t by 2 is your limit. So 2 omega will come outside, so 1 upon 2 omega sine 2 omega t 0 to t by 2. I hope it is clear. 1 upon 2 omega sine 2, instead of omega we can write 2 pi upon t. Instead of small t I will put upper limit first, that is t by 2, minus lower limit is 0. So I am not writing anything, I am just writing sine 0, because 0 multiplied by anything equal to 0. 1 upon 2 omega. Now see, this 2 and 2 will cancel out, this t and t will cancel out, so we will left with only sine 2 pi minus sine 0, sine 2 pi, sine pi, sine 3 pi, 4 pi, everything equal to 0. So 0 minus 0, 0, 0 multiplied by anything equal to 0. That means integration of this function is equal to 0. That's why I have written here in place of this whole term I have written equal to 0. Okay. So now I naught square r upon 2 dot upper limit when you will put t by 2 minus 0. So that's why I have not written here t by 2. So h value, you can see we are calculating the value of h. So value of h you are getting this, that h is equal to I naught square RT upon 4. Give it equation number 1. But what definition is saying? Definition is saying that h is equal to I V square, means virtual value when time is t by 2. So compare these two equations. You can see that left hand side is same. That means right hand side will also be same. So compare right hand side, cancel the terms which can be cancelled. You will left with I V square equal to 2 I naught square upon 4. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. So whenever square will go on the other side, it will become square root. So it is under root I naught square upon 2. I naught square, when it will come out of under root, I naught only, and 2 will remain in under root, that is under root 2. The value of under root 2 is 1.414, and when you will solve it, it will come 0.707 times I naught. Hence, IV is equal to 0.707 I naught. So dear students, this is about your two topics, that is mean value and virtual value or you can say average value or root mean square value of AC. So this is enough for today. But students, if you have observed one thing, we are calculating mean value or average value for and virtual value for half cycle only. The question comes in exam that why mean value is calculated for half of the cycle only. Why we are calculating it for half cycle? Why we are not calculating it for full cycle? So your answer will be because as we know that alternating current AC is repeating itself after each interval of time. That means it is changing periodically. Okay, and so for full value, for full cycle, for full cycle, the mean value will be equal to 0. Okay, once again I am telling that we are calculating mean value or average value of AC for half cycle only, because for full cycle it will be equal to 0 because AC is a periodic function. So for full cycle it is equal to 0. Okay, for half of the time period it is positive and for half of the time period it is negative. If we will calculate mean value, then it will be equal to 0. That's why it is calculated for half cycle only. We are not calculating it for full cycle. So this is enough for today. Thank you. Have a good day.